We live, we live. Welcome, people, to another installment of the Awakening Hour. I am your host, Jones, the NBIC. And before I even start, I got to give you guys the intro to it all. Let's go.
To the Awakening Hour, where we journey together to reconnect with our true spiritual essence and break free from the chains of Euro-Christian ideology. Each morning at 9 a.m. join me, June the NBIC, as we explore ancient wisdom forgotten truths and the power within us to redefine our spiritual path.
Yeah, definitely had to turn on the intro for you guys. Um, we're going to have a phenomenal one, man. Today, we're going to have a conversation of an African queen, a warriorness. This is for my sisters. This is for Black Girl Magic. This is for Bantu Princess. This is for you guys. I know a lot of times, I talk a lot of other things, but I had to do this for you guys. Um, give you a story of an African queen, the Queen of Kush. Queen minor. Let me say it right. I don't wanna let me not butcher her name. Let me not butcher her name, guys. Hold on. Let me say it right. Say it right. Amaniah Arias. Amaniah. We just gonna call her for Amaniah for short because I don't like Amaniah Arias. But who is Amaniah Arias? A story that not I guarantee you not a single black person here in America ever heard of. Amaniah Arias was a queen of Kush, and she this is BCE, by the way. She fought against the Romans and won. Yeah. Again, a story of African history that is never told to the descendants of the El Kebulan kidnaps. Nobody never knew about this. I didn't know about it. Came on my Facebook feed and I said, you know what? Let me go look into this and to just see what I saw. The phenomenal work is wonderful. So today we're gonna talk about Amaniah. Okay, Amaniah. There's not too much because you know these heathens is not gonna give you too much information. But I forgot to put the resources, but you can go on the history channel website. You can also go to Encyclopedia um Britannica and get some in-depth information. I decided to put a nice, I want to say, short slide, but it's a good amount of slides that you guys can read, tag along, and gain some information about such beauty. And just a FYI before we start, this is this is BCE, meaning this is before the arrival of Jesus. This is before the stories of Jesus. And what I want you guys to take out of this presentation is how she had the power to take down Rome. Let us go. Are you guys ready? I hope you are. Now, Queen Amanirenas of Kush, warrior queen who defeated Rome. In-depth analysis of her life, battles, and legacy. Here's the overview. Queen Amanirenas was one of the greatest Kindakis was queens of the kingdom of Kush, modern day Sudan. She is renowned for her leading her people against the Roman Empire after they occupied Egypt in the late first century BC. Her leadership, war tactics, and resilience ensured the survival and independence of the kingdom of Kush. Time period 40 BCE to 10 BCE. For 30 years, she reigned. They didn't take her down. She died, old age, I believe. But she reigned for 30 years. But I don't want to go too much. Let's just go. Early life and rise to power. Birth, role as a queen. The exact birth of her is unknown, likely in the mid first centuries BCE in the kingdom of Kush. She was born into a Kushite nobility, part of the royal family. The title of the Kandaka or the Queen Mother was an essential role in Nubian governance. Okay, suggesting that women held significant political and military power. Okay, now again, I told you guys, I think I said it yesterday or the day before, but there was a lie where I stated that I have to look into why our women is being so minimized when it comes to the word of God. I have to look into that. I don't know what's going on, but I got to look into that because I know that in our customs, in our tradition, we don't put one over the other. Monotheism. We'll dive into that. We'll dive into that. Okay. You see this? Hold on. Let me say. Let me make sure I get her name right again. Amanaya. Amanirias. Amanirias. Say it with me, guys. Amanirias. Amanaya. I'm just gonna call her Amanaya for short. Okay. Amanaya ascended to power either as a co-ruler with her husband, Ting King. Damn, babes. Tariq Terracus, or shortly after his death. She was a warrior queen fighting alongside her male counterpart and ruling her kingdom through times of war and peace. Okay? The Kingdom of Kush, historical context and political structure. The Kingdom of Kush was located in Nubia, south of Egypt, and was a powerful, wealthy civilization that thrived on trade, agriculture, and ironwork. It maintained a complex of influential society, particularly due to its control of the Nile River and the key trade routes. Okay, the Kingdom of Kush was located in Nubia, south of Egypt. Oh, that's a misprint. This is what I wanted to put. The Candiacas were often co-rulers or sole rulers, exhibiting a maternal culture where queens and queen mothers held considerable power. So they had considerable powers. In their traditions, they had no problems with mothers, females holding positions to the throne. Right? Marriage and husband going on. Why did my joint freeze? Hold on, people. Hold on, people. The heck just happened? My junk just froze. I tell you guys all the time. Anytime I come out and I give some type of acknowledgement to our sisters, our warrior princess, something always happens with the computer. It leads me to question exactly what is being done that they trying to suppress such information, such glory and admiration to our sisters. Look, my joint just froze. Let me see if you guys can see me. Look, my joint just froze. Look, my joint froze, guys. It just froze. Wow. Damn, damn, Amaniah. What you doing? They don't want the world to know about what black women did to the Romans. I guess it's gonna show the hands of the true weakness of such Alexander the Greek and all of the madness, right? Caesar and all that madness, right? Wow. My joint is frozen, guys. My joint is frozen, people. Wow. 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 Yeah, babe, they just froze my joint. Crazy. This is crazy. Wow. Wow. As you guys can see, the difficulties, like I said, I got to really look into our African queens and see what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it goes against the grain. I don't know if the world powers don't want this information to be put out. But ever since I started talking about the heavenly ones and I acknowledge who the mother was according to the creation of civilization, I've been met with a lot of foolishness, man. And this is one of them. This is crazy. Oh, I'm frozen again. I'm frozen again, people. I am frozen again. Wow. You know what I'm gonna do? Wow. My apologies, people. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. All I know is every time I speak about my sisters or anything pertaining to the glory of our women, I'm always met with some level of pushback. I don't know what that is, guys. I'm sorry. Look, they will not let me. I can't move forward. Look. Oh my jeez. I can't move forward. Hey people, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, my hey, I don't know what's going on. Oh, I don't know what's going on, people. I do not know what is going on. I do not know what is going on. To speak about the African side of my sisters, the beauty, the glory, the power, the triumph, the acknowledgement, the appreciation, the association. Every time I'm always met with something. I can't even click the slides. Like I don't even want to go back because if I log off, then the awakening hour today is gonna be adjourned. It's gonna be concluded. We'll have to try again tomorrow because this right here, this is what I try to tell you, that there's something going on when it comes to our connection of who we are. There's something that these people don't want you to tap into. They don't want you to acknowledge the feminine side of the universe. They don't want you to know the feminine side. They want everything to be masculine, male, Lord, God, Elohim, Father. They doing that intentional. I repeat, they doing that intentional. And we sitting here and not paying attention to such narratives. You see, I get upset, I get frustrated, I get highly pissed off when I see foolishness like this. Because what it is about Amaniah that these people don't want you guys to know about. So I encourage all you guys to go look her up. The Queen Amanirenas. Look her up. Study her. Know about her practices. And when you look into her practices, matter of fact, let me see if it's working now. Nope. 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 Frozen once again. Frozen once again, guys. So I tried to go into the slide 4 times, and every time that I went onto that slide, my computer just froze. Like my software, my streaming software, which I'm paying damn near $500 and something a year, just automatically just stopped working. It's like it literally did a mini crash. I had to force force exit to come back on. And luckily, it picks up where I left off at. So when you guys watch this later on today, the Amanirenas, look her up, know who she is. The matter of fact, let's talk about why it's important that black people need to start understanding their African culture. And you know why I did this? You know why I wanted to bring this story up? Because again, this happened BCE. This is before Jesus' arrival on the earth. And if the Biblos is a story about us, then that story should be in the Biblos. But because it's not, leads me to question why. And the ignorant, not so learned, or think that they learned, are going to say, because the Bible is about the children of Shem. The creators did not divide anybody. Religion did. The creators did not divide anybody. Religion did. Religion didn't have any care for division when there was locking and shipping brothers and sisters all across this world. But for some apparent reason, we was told that a particular group of people was God's favorite and everybody else is doomsday. But the same God's favorite, he did the same exact doomsday to them. And in fact, it seems like God's favorite can be his favorite because we're still doomed to this very day, 400 years later. That's what they tell you when you go according to the Euro-Christian ideology. But prior to that, we had the trans Arabic slave trade, the Eastern Arabic slave trade, which lasted 1,000 years. So from that time to this time, altogether, will be like 2,000 years of punishment of your people, God's chosen, huh? And you believe that story. And what does the Abrahamic, the Islamic Quran, and the Bible have in common? They both had the justification for your enslavement. The two number one powerful religions on this earth has complete justification of your enslavement. And we, the ignorant, the lost, the no heritage, the people that has been discontinued by Euro-Christian ideology, the people that have been destroyed. My people are destroyed, not for a lack of knowledge. My people are destroyed for the knowledge of Euro-Christian ideology. Destroyed, dismantled, broken into itty bitty pieces, which you call religious sects. And everybody is just preaching on the continuous reject and the lack of acceptance of a particular group of people. Hold on. All right, Joe, you all right? Hold, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. This world is filled with nothing but lies. This world is filled with nothing but lies and deception, misleading, misguidance. And the only people that's getting the short end of that is black and brown. That when you see that you're unable to speak about the females in your culture, in your tradition, it leads to question what exactly are they hiding? What exactly are they keeping from the El Cabulan kidnapped? You guys witness with your own two eyes. You guys witness with your own two eyes exactly what's been going on ever since I brought forth Mama Love. Ever since I brought forth the female deity, the female energy, the female presence, the female importance, the female knowledge on this platform, it's been shadow banned. My computer done froze. My internet out of nowhere just went out of service. Mind you, my internet is connected directly, and I repeat, directly to my modem. Internet connection loss. What's going on? What's really going on, people? Why they won't let me speak? Why they won't let me teach? Why they want to keep me out far from the reach? Why? I thought America allows you to have freedom of speech as long as you go under the community guidelines. So me acknowledging black women breaks the community guidelines. Me showing women, my black women, that they're more than just ass shaking, money hungry, dog acting females. When I show them their glory, when I show them that they're connected to a power, my internet messes up. Facing this trauma is something that they don't want to deal with. Facing this trauma is not something that they don't want to deal with. It's something that they don't want to deal with, excuse me. Facing this trauma is something that they trying to keep suppressed. They telling you that your problems is because of you. Your failures in life is because of you. Your opportunities, that their lack of opportunities is because of you. The reason why we are in these circumstances is because of them. The reason why we're suffering is because of them. The reason why we don't know nothing, the reason why the black population is the bottom when it comes to education, at the bottom when it comes to anything that's dealing with academics outside of playing sports, is because of them. We keep forgetting who them are. We keep forgetting what them are capable of. We keep forgetting that them are the ones that put you in these circumstances. We keep forgetting because we want to date their women. We want to breed their children. We want to go into their institutions. We want to know their history, their education, and we want to uphold their religion. And then anybody oppose that, you would deem the enemy. Hold on a minute. My apologies. My son is 18 months and he's eating rice and beans by himself out of a spoon. Why am I saying this? You know why? Because I have not indoctrinated my son with the Euro Christian ideology. I have not indoctrinated my son with the Euro Christian influency. My son doesn't even, my son listens to Bob Marley. That's the farthest. If it's not righteous music, my son is not listening. And him banging on it is him trying to pick up he thinking that it's still rice there, so I had to make sure I put the rice back because he has a what they call the things that they put around their neck, but it's like an open area, so where the food drops it won't fall on the floor, so I just scoop it back up and put it back on his plate so he can eat on his own. And I repeat, he's only 18 months. Why am I saying this? Is because when you realize who is causing our demise, you then have to move differently. When you realize what was being, the tools that's being used to keep us confused, to keep us distracted, to keep us in a state of self-hate, when you realize that, it causes you to move different. I spent the last year and a half giving you guys biblical stories. But while I'm giving you biblical stories and I'm doing research and I'm studying, trying to put more work together, the more the creators is breaking forth and saying, my son, my child, both of them is speaking, Mama Love, saying, son, what are you doing? What are you giving to your fellow brothers and sisters, your comrades, the El Kebulane kidnapped? What are you giving them? I said, what you mean? What am I giving them? I'm giving them the story about you. They said this story has absolutely nothing to do with us. Oh, really? It puts you in a state to then think about it. Hold on, what you mean? It has nothing to do with you. Then you got to sit back and you got to analyze, what does that mean? Then it hit me. This is a story of genocide towards the El Kebulane kidnap. This is not a story of empowerment. This story is the reason why black people deny being African. Oh, that's Ham. That's not us. That's Ham. That's not us. Nope, that's not us. Complete denial of your legacy because of the hypocrisy of the enemy. Huh? This is going to be a ranting moment right now because I am furious. I am furious. And when you see that this is a story about a particular group of people, now you got to ask yourself, who is this group of people? And when you see the names that's being changed in Africa, you know who's doing the changing? The Belgian, the German, and the British. What do all of these people have in common? All of them gave you a book. They got a place in Africa called Johannesburg. Who the heck what African person's name you know is named Johannesburg? Kruger Mountains. And they leave the areas that they feel they don't need, or they left it because, or they changed the name to associate it with the book. So when they hand over that book to you, you will be in complete compliance to the alliance of your demise. We are letting stories, myths, and beliefs navigate who we are. When these myths and beliefs are doing more damage to our people than actually doing good. I'm in a chat where I say anything that's African, if it doesn't go in the guidelines of the Biblos, is considered evil. What? Where's the actual proof or the facts that this book is about us? Because of Genesis 13, that's cool. The location of Mamre was literally changed, was created in the 1800s. Just like the capital of Cameroon was created in 1888. Just like the mass majority of these areas which you find in the Biblos was created in those times, in the 1800s. I wonder why. Because prior to that, our people, they know nothing of such things. 1888, 1892 or 93 or 94, 95, 96 is when this so-called Hebrew doctrine came to South Africa. Missionaries, black missionaries, bought their way to that land to bring forth such ideology. Which means if somebody has to bring forth an ideology, that means, common sense, people, that this notion that we're being told was unheard of. Kuta Kente didn't know nothing about no commandments. Shaka Zulu, they know nothing about no commandments. Our people, they know nothing about it. We didn't think about it. We didn't worry about it. We didn't want it. These people came. People, listen to me when I'm telling you this. These people came, and they came, yes, like, oh, we would like to trade with this. We would like to trade with that. And they also came with, yo, you should believe in this. Why you guys are not dressed? Why you guys are like this? Why you guys are, oh, I see you're touching a tree. You're so attached with Mother Nature. That's not godly. That's evil. You need to do this. And when we said, nah, we good, get out of here with this Eurocentric nonsense, they rage war. Because they came and said, God told me to tell you it's time to convert to our religion. And if something is ours, it never had to be forced. Never. We allowing people that's literally giving you a belief, absolutely no facts. I did a live yesterday stating that everybody's gonna have a belief. But one thing that can be disputed is the facts. And everything that I'm saying is the facts. It can't be disputed. It can't be, yo, Jules, that's something that you believe. We all know that this is to be true. Even the Europeans will tell you, yeah, we did that. So these are the facts. So then that means the guidelines and our foundation must evolve around the facts. I don't need an opinion. I don't need a belief. I don't need an insertion. I don't need none of that. Because all of that is the reason why we are in these circumstances. Because if we stood on facts, we will realize that these people are not for our best interest. Because the facts shows that. But through belief, you believe that things could change. You believe that people can do good. You believe that these people will love you and give you an opportunity and put you on high and not on low, as long as you follow their religion and you go through their shows. You believe that. This is not a fact, because if it was a fact, 2021 wouldn't have to be enforced upon black and brown people. This is facts. This is facts. The fact of the matter is that Africa, once upon a time, was the ultimate civilization, civilized community of it all. This is facts. So how are you now telling me that our civilization came from what they told us? That if we're not following the ways of the Abrahamic law, we're not doing right. We're evil. How dare you? How dare anybody put Euro-Christian ideologies over African spirituality? We have absolutely no connection to the story that these people have written. Because the facts show that. If the facts was, why was this forced upon us? Why was then the Bible handed unto us? Why is the Biblos the first book given unto the slaves? If this book is about the Bantus. Huh? Do you think that the slave master will give you any ammunition to set you free? Or they giving you a book to keep you subtle, cuddle, love, care. Don't worry about the wars and the fighting. Don't. Don't worry about that. This is a conversation that we need to have. Because you guys are running around in a complete delusional state. I think everybody that has opened the Biblos and fully invested into the Biblos, I think every single one of them is mentally ill, mentally challenged, need to literally get evaluated. Every single one of you Biblo readers, religious followers, sectors, you need to be debriefed. Before you think about coming to the land and calling this home, you need to be debriefed. You need to be debriefed. You need to realize exactly what you're doing. Because what you're doing is destroying a generation of people by feeding them and telling them such lies. Giving us this sister. I showed you the video yesterday. How this Biblos is literally was given unto us to remain subtle, looking for something to look forward to. We're looking forward to change. We're looking forward to be saved. And remember that these people that's feeding you such ideologies, these people come from theologian schools. They don't come from the trenches. They don't come from the experience of what real individuals is going through. That means they've been indoctrinated and they won't remove from that. They need to be debriefed because they're suffering from mental illness. The religion has overtaken your teachers. And you know you're in a state of denial when you say you're not a part of a religion. But yet you reading from the same book that you say you're not a part of. Because that book is the foundation of the religion, of the Abrahamic religion. Something that we don't have nothing to do with. If they want to change the name to Abram, to Abraham, if they want to change it to Abram, to Abraham, to ABC 1 2 3, let them do what they want. I'm not here to question what they wrote. That's their story. They can do whatever they want with it. But my issue is when we try to take this story and associate it with us, when we go out, when you come outside of the Biblos, like you take yourself out and you just go based on history on the land of Africa, and you speak to people and you learn about African culture, then it's gonna say, wait, hold on. So where does the Biblos tie into this history? Where does the story in the Biblos tie into this history? Where? We got people saying we don't know the names yet, but in due time it will be revealed to us. We don't know the names. Maybe because there was no name. Maybe because there was no name. And if it isn't a name, then what is your rise to fame? What are you trying to claim? Are you trying to remain the same? Are you still trying to admire and push forward this pain? Or are you trying to liberate and start a new campaign to put an end to the association of Cain and any single evil person that has absolutely nothing to do with us? Because let me tell you something, anybody that's in that land that's gaining more than they're giving back is an enemy. Russia, enemy. China, enemy. America, enemy. Britain, enemy. France, enemy. Belgium, enemy. Netherlands, enemy. UN, enemy. All of them, enemies. All I see is enemies. They ain't nothing but enemies. I ain't gonna lie, enemies. Enemies. Why is it taking the young warriors? As you see what's going on in Africa with the brother Abraham, he's in my age bracket. And you see brothers is waking up like, we not doing this. This gotta go. How come, where's the story of Mansa Musa? All of these great kingdoms and kings that was in Africa, it's not tied into the Biblos. Because again, this is a fact. And you giving me an opinion and an insertion, an assumption, and a belief. I'ma stand on that until I can't stand no more. I'm credible in everything that I do, everything that I say, because I taught this. I read this book more than the average person did. My whiz can tell you that. I got like 17 different versions of the Bible, bro. I read it all. For the exception of the book of Chronicles. I read it all. And when you under this religious rule, you see things differently. You look at society like everything is against the Biblos. So you looking for everything that shows glory to who you are according to the Biblos, and also the evil that was done to those according to the Biblos. So that's your mindset. So when you look at things like God ordering Joshua to go into the land of Canaan, which is African, black, to go take all the riches, rape and kill all the women and children, and take all the royalties because that land is yours. When you see that coming from a command that says, thou shalt not covetous, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery. But for some apparent reason, God said you can break all those sins. But in the book of Leviticus, doing such sins is worthy of death. Unless this right here is a justification to the dismantle and the genocidal attack upon African people. You can assume that you are Israelite. That's a belief. That's not a fact. This is a fact that we are African. Look at the color of my skin. Look at the language. Creole sounds just like Cameroon and Benin. I know. When they talk, I can understand. Not all, but I can understand. Why is that? How did a language make its way from Africa to Haiti? But yeah, we Israelites. Wouldn't the Hebrew language also make its way to Haiti? Hmm. Wouldn't the Hebrew language also been spoken on the plantation? We, the most wickedest people on the earth, the most what they call it, hard-headed, stiff-necked people. You telling me that we all of a sudden is gonna forget how to speak our native language because of some people? Please, please. We always gonna sprinkle something on top. Please stop. It sounds stupid. You look dumb. That's why I say, are you dumb or are you dumb? Because it doesn't make sense. And if you see it doesn't make sense, then what are you doing? Who are you pursuing? Who are you calling on? What are you waiting for? These people is really running around here saying Jesus' kingdom soon come, my nigga. Jesus' kingdom is here. You could change the name, whatever. Yahshua, Yahushua, Yahakuku, and the poo-poo-poos. That kingdom is here. That's why you have the green light to preach this nonsense all across the world. To the four corners, wherever you need it to be. And I just find it hard that a word of God has to be forced. Like people force you to listen to their nonsense. You should see how they are. You should see them online. You should see how they're talking. I know because that's what I used to do. I'm condemning people. Yo, if you ain't keeping the command and you ain't walking with this, you gonna go. But the same people that's walking within the commands are still the bottom and not the head. What's going on? Because according to the Biblos, once you start keeping my commands, you should be on high and not the tail. It ain't come with any other rules and regulations. But then in the book of Revelations, it says, I know thy work and thy poverty. And I know that there are those that's claiming to be Jews but are not, but from the synagogue of Satan. And you thought they was talking about Europeans. Nah, they was talking about you, black man. Because the people that taught you came straight from the synagogue of Satan. That's why you come outside looking like Power Rangers, like gladiators. Don't even where did you even get this concept to dress like that from? How do you where's the images and the pictures and the proof that says that this is how you was dressing in those times? Because in reality, you look like a Viking. You don't look like a so-called righteous man. You guys talking about this is army of war. What war are you in? The only war that you are in is the war against yourself. The denial. The denial that you have been indoctrinated by Euro-Christian foolishness. That's the only war that you are in. Ain't nobody worrying about no broke ass niggas. Please, what army? You can't even come together. You can't even come together to reason for a feast day. You think society's worrying about you guys? You think you guys is walking around 800 deep? You think society's worried about you guys? Please. Ain't nobody worrying about you because they know that you guys ain't gonna do nothing. They know that you guys is under the Euro-Christian ideology. You're not gonna do nothing. 20,000, 50,000, large. And none of these niggas got a bank. None of these niggas got a hospital. Not even a school to bring their children. Not even a church to marry their women. A temple where you walk in there is nothing but black images all over. None of that. These dudes is in little studios, renting from churches. I mean, I remember when I was in the congregation, brothers was literally hiding the symbols behind the curtain. Like, because you hiding it behind the curtain does not mean that you in a house of Lucifer. But then again, you was calling on Lucifer's children. I tell you, listen, man. Shout out to one of the brothers, man. He reached out to me, so I ain't gonna say nothing too much. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, slander my brother. I ain't gonna do that. But this God that you worshiping, man, it's a child of Shimgaza, man. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. That God you worshiping is the son of Shimgaza. Who the heck is a Shimgaza? That God that you worshiping is a Nephilim king that rule in their area. They wasn't in our space. That Adam and Eve story, all of these things is a facade, bro. Book of Enoch facade, bro. These things was written years after these people received their acceptance to the 1948. Facts. Go look these things up, man. Dead Sea Scrolls was actually founded in 1949. But you got those that saying that this is our story. When you open it up and you read it, it has absolutely nothing. It's literally a copy and paste of Old Testament, New Testament, and the Old Testament is taken from the Sumerian tablets. The New Testament is taken from the Book of the Dead, or the story of Kishna. But because you see little precepts that say things of you of your father, the devil, and we get thrown off. Not knowing that the story is all made up. Show me the burial site. Where was Mary buried? Can somebody show me where Mary's buried? Somebody must show me Mary. Somebody show me James. Somebody in these characters. A burial site must be present. The way that these people be digging up everything, opening up body parts, looking up, finding this, finding that, nobody found any characters from the Biblos. I guarantee you, now that you see me putting this on the internet, I guarantee you they're gonna work hard. They're gonna probably wait 40 years. And then they're gonna present it, because within those 40 years, brothers and sisters is gonna start questioning the things that I'm questioning. They're gonna start asking those questions, and they gotta give an answer. So they're gonna dig up somebody and say, "Look," probably gonna dress him up with a crown and say, "Look, this is Saul." I promise you, this is what they're going to do. This is what they do. And all I ask you guys is to question everything. Anything that these people put in front of you, gotta question it. If a man gives you $1,000,000 and say, "Man, this is for you," yo, wow, what's the catch? There ain't no catch. There's always a catch. What you want me to do with this, sir? Hmm? That's the mentality you gotta have. Because, like my mama said, nothing in this world is free. Even death, you gotta pay for. And with that being said, people, it's your brother man from the motherland. My apologies, man. We gonna try this again tomorrow. I'm not even gonna fight it. I'm not. Because it just lets me know that I'm on that right path. I'm on the righteous path, the awakening hour, on the pursuit for pure righteousness. We don't want anything. Facts over beliefs. Don't give me no insertions, no assumptions. Don't give me nothing. Give me the facts so we can create solutions. And if you ain't bringing forth no solution, you only talking hallucin. You talking a hallucination that you want people to be a part of. And I'm not doing that. I'm not teaching that. I'm not standing on that. And if people don't like it, I don't care. I don't. If you have an issue with tapping into your African spirituality, then you are an enemy to me. I don't care. You see my son? You hear? We don't care. If it's not about the uprise of our people, the education of our people, instead of giving a story of the Biblos, teach our people the continents, the locations, the maps. I'm going to do that. Don't worry. I'm going to start doing that. We're going to have history class like I try to give you today. We're going to have history class. Everybody should know every place in Africa, every flag that goes along with it, and every language that's with it. And while you wasting your time traveling all across Heathenville, take a trip to Africanville. Go back into your land. Go touch that floor. Go breathe that air. Go hug your people. Go hug the tree. Go interact with the animals. And allow the creators to set your dumb ass free. It's your brother man from the motherland. I came to you guys live. Once again, continue supporting. For those that don't know who I am, I'm him, Junes, the NBIC. You heard me? Mr. Keeping my foot on YouTube next, on all these platforms next, because we don't come for nothing more but to bring forth nothing but disrespect. We don't give a damn. And only the real ones gonna understand. You understand? And I'ma holler at y'all. One.